we go.
You're now live with the crown prince of glam metal himself. It's J0KeR's Electric Circus. J0KeR's Electric Circus. Keeping the music loud and the hair wild. On MetalMessiahRadio.com.
All right, people, what's up, everybody? It's time for another edition, Friday night edition of the Electric Circus radio show right here on MetalMessiahRadio.com, your metal music messiah. I got a very special guest on the phone with me. I got Tommy Paris. A lot of you know him from the band Britny Fox, Gilson, and Uncle Edna. How you doing, Tommy? What's new in the life of Tommy Paris?
Oh, how's it going, bro? It's great to talk to you. I just got a brand new record out a few weeks ago. It just came out. It's called the Tommy Paris Band, and it's been getting received, and it's getting out there, and so I couldn't be more thrilled.
Awesome, awesome. How did you first get involved with the music?
You talk about like in the very, very beginning?
In the very, very beginning.
Okay, when I was a young man in San Jose, California, at around 8 years old, we moved to a really small Northern California town. And my mom bought a piano and put it in the house, and it was just kind of sitting there. And she used to play at it, and I just sort of took to it, and I got on it, and just it really consumed me all the time. I would put on records and figure out like old Deep Purple music and stuff like that, and it just really took over everything. So I'd say from about when I was 8, I started playing, and I got more and more obsessed as time went on.
And now you got your own solo band, a new band called Tommy Paris, the Tommy Paris Band, and you're also in Count 77 featuring Danny the Count Koker from the History Channel hit TV show Counting Cars. Tell us about that experience too.
A few years ago, Count 77 is a band that started some time ago, but a few years ago when they were just finishing their first album, I got a call from Mike Varney, who owns Shrapnel Records, and he asked me to come play some organ tracks on the record, and he had just happened to be producing Danny's record with Count 77, so they called me up, and I went in and did some keyboard tracks. All the other tracks were done. They did background vocals and everything themselves. But I put my organ parts on, and then I left. And a few weeks later, they called me down, the band, and Danny called me in and asked if I wanted to go on tour with them and play the keyboard parts that I had done, and then also sing the background vocals, which of course I said, yeah, and started doing it. And then we have 2 records out now. We just put out a second record a couple of months ago. It's called Soul Transfusion, Count 7 Soul Transfusion, and I sang all the backups and keyboards on that album. And in fact, we're leaving this weekend to go play a show in Colorado.
Cool, very cool. Who does the songwriting in your new solo band?
I do.
Awesome.
Yeah, I wrote everything on the record.
Do you have a set list figured out yet? Will there be any surprises when you do tour?
Yeah, there will be some surprises. I don't have an entire set list made out, but I'm also I'm putting together a set list with I have Johnny D. He's from Britny Fox. He's playing drums, and he and I will play probably 4 or so of the Britny Fox tunes, and we'll also do probably 6 tunes from my new record. But then we have a bassist, guitarist that are from actually a few of them we're still playing with. We're still rehearsing with a few of them, so we haven't been able to yet. But a couple of them are from bands that people know, but we haven't gotten the commitment yet. So as soon as we come out live, we'll be playing tunes from those respective bands' library as well. So it's going to be a killer set when we get this thing out live. It's going to be awesome.
Very cool, very cool. We can't wait. Next, I'm going to play a new track from your Tommy's Paris band. It's a song called Down, Down. Please tell us about the song before we play it.
Number 1, it sounds good, really, really fucking loud. Number 2, it's just a straight ahead rock tune, heavy rock tune / metal, and dig it, listen to the lyrics, and see what you get out of it.
All right. Coming up next here is the Tommy Paris Band with the new song Down, Down. Crank! All right, we back here on the line with Tommy Paris, formerly of the band Britny Fox, and now the Tommy Paris band and the Count 77. So, Tommy, what do you see your music in the future going?
The music in the future, I don't know. I'm really enjoying it. I'm having a great time. I just want to enjoy it and get out and play as much live as I possibly can. It's pretty simple. I'm gonna go support this CD and get this live band on the road, and get it all up and rolling, and continue to play with Count 77. So I just plan on doing it for as long as I can do it. Because I dig it. It's what I do.
Okay, when you listen to bands nowadays, wherever, or CD at home or whatever, what bands do you like that you hear now currently that you're into?
For brand new stuff, not a whole ton, and it's not reflection on anything that I don't think is good or anything. I just live in my own. I'm kind of a retro guy. Stuff that I like goes back to like 1980 or into the 70s and early 80s. Some of the metal from those days. For example, in my car right now is Judas Priest, Unleashed in the East, Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell. Pat Travers live, Go For What You Know. Let's see, stuff like Iron Maiden, Peace of Mind, and Number of the Beast. So I kind of listen to the initial '80s metal a lot. Dio, that kind of stuff.
All great stuff. We play all that on the station here and on the show. We've been playing them for years. We love those bands as well. And what was your favorite venues to go play live at?
There's a bunch. One that was awesome was at the Patriot Center in Fairfax, Virginia. Also, Jack's in Maryland. And let's see, the Whisky's always fun. There's everywhere. There's something cool about. Sometimes we're in casino convention rooms, and those are great. But it just depends. It depends on the audience. It always depends. And we played from really small clubs to big venues, so it's kind of, and they're all fun and they're all memorable. But those few that I mentioned come to mind right off the bat.
Awesome. How do you promote your band and shows?
I go through management, and then he goes through an agency, and then they go through promoters who put the shows together. So it's a chain of folks who put it all together. Okay,
what does your music mean to you?
Everything. I've been putting off doing this solo record sometime. I got busy with other things. I was playing shows with Britny Fox and with Count 77, and it means everything to me to finally get this solo record done. It's been a long time coming, and I kept doing it for one reason or another. And last fall, just got to a point where it's like, it's to do this. It's time to do this now and do it for real. Right. And so it's stoked I am to finally have this record done and out.
What's your outlook on the record industry today and new bands in the music industry?
It's somewhat of a foreign view because where I come from and the time period that I grew up in, without boring you to tears, from day one it was, we recorded I recorded my first demo with a band in high school on a cassette, live to a cassette through a TV mixer, right to just a dual cassette deck live, with a mic to the room, and then you had to send your tapes around. You had to send whatever it was. Later, you'd send vinyl or CDs or whatever, but you would shop what they call shop for a deal. And that went forever and ever and ever. And that was still going on when I joined Britny Fox. But ever since the technology caught up with everything going digital and all the digital downloading, the shift for me, as far as survival and for anything of putting out new, was the live show.
Right.
As long as you're in a venue, like your temporary show, to have that still doesn't have anyone else attached to it. It's yours. So, and then of course the actual playing of the show. So to me, it's all about live. It's all about live shows anymore. This record here may end up on a label. Right now, it's not. It's on my own label, a non-label. But as far as what I see for the future, I just see having more control over how the product gets out and where it gets out, and it under wraps to keep most of the sales of everything possible at the venue. Because musicians, songwriters have taken a massive hit when it comes to income songwriting and from recordings since the downloading. I think it's awesome. I think technology is insanely great. It's just that a shift as far as how do we survive this now without this other income coming in? It's no longer there,
Right. How can the fans gain access to your music? Do you have a website where they can sample and buy songs?
Yes, on www.TommyParis.com. If you go there, the first thing you'll see is the new album, the Tommy Paris Band, and then you can sample it and buy it right there. There's some reviews on there, and then there's all the other information about booking and photos and discography and all kinds of stuff.
Okay, any last words and shout-outs to your fans?
I just want to thank everyone for supporting the Tommy Paris Band, because the short time it's been out, I've been getting amazing reactions to the whole record as a whole. People are saying that as soon as they think they have a favorite tune on it, they find another one, and so it's been kind of a blanket reaction, and I just want to say thank you so much for my support. People are buying it from all over the place. Just sold one down to somebody in Brazil, and it's over in Europe as well, but in the United States mainly, Canada. And I just want to say thank you all for supporting me, and we will see you hopefully by the fall playing live.
It's great to have you back, and you still doing what you love, and you still doing your thing, and you're putting out great music, and you're still active in the music scene there.
Yeah, I feel blessed, and I'm stoked that I'm still a part of it, man. And I appreciate your support of spinning the new stuff, man. Thank you.
You're very welcome, and it's been a pleasure and an honor to have you on the Electric Circus radio show right here at your Metal Music Messiah, MetalMessiahRadio.com. Okay, folks, coming up next, I got something from Bite Down Hard album. Here's some Britny Fox featuring Mr. Tommy Paris with Louder. Crank it!
Push you to the edge if you wanna take the law.
From the Britny Fox album, Bite Down Hard. Here's some more Britny Fox. This is Midnight Moses.